I have a lot of room in my heart for insects. They're a really diverse group of animals with a wide range of cool, cute, and unique looking species. I'm also a fan of character design and writing fun character dynamics. I don't see many other characters that really scratch my bug itch, so the next step was to design my own insect characters. My idea for a world that these characters would live in would be a contemporary setting. It would be full of bugs, like ants and mantises, bug-like creatures, such as arachnids and isopods, and other slightly thematically related animals like mollusks or crustaceans, but mostly just regular insects. The main cast would be 4 friends living in one apartment. The basic idea is to make these characters, then build off of their relationships and hobbies to make a full cast of characters. Now that we have the basics out of the way, let's move on to our first character, Rose the Rose Windmill Butterfly. I chose the Rose Windmill Butterfly specifically because I wanted to make a design with a little bit of pink in it. While there are no true pink butterflies, windmill butterflies are sort of close due to their rosy red bodies and markings on their black wings. I took some artistic liberties with the design, and Rose's red was made more of a pink. I did see a photograph of a windmill butterfly with a pastel pink body, but the pink I chose was a bit darker. The idea for Rose's character is that she's an art hobbyist. Rose isn't interested in an art career of any sorts and just wants to have fun with her life. She works at a bakery, getting lots of tasty snacks and coffee for herself frequently. She spends the rest of her time making art or hanging out with her friends. Rose likes to arrange group outings like going to the movies or shopping at an outlet. She's an extrovert, but she isn't the stereotypical loud and obnoxious extrovert. Her ideal hangout would be going to a coffee shop and talking to someone the entire time instead of getting any work done. Her perpetual desire to go out all the time leaves her strapped for cash. Her roommates definitely wish she was more fiscally responsible. Rose knows she's cute enough to get away with being a bit of a ditz though, so it's not really a big problem for her. Rose was made to be the cute member of the main bugs. Butterflies are the most well-liked bug there is, beating out cuties like bees and ladybugs by a landslide due to their beautiful wings and harmless natures. Rose is also supposed to act the cutest. She gets cute clothes, she works at a cafe, and she's into art. I didn't want anybody else to be this quote-unquote aesthetic kind of character, so I dumped it all onto Rose. I can assure you she is living the life that many core aesthetic people wish they lived. I think Rose would technically be considered an art hoe, but I don't really care to call her that, and I can't imagine her using that label for herself, so I guess she isn't one. Windmill butterflies have thick thoraxes, so I gave Rose some fat to make her thorax flow better into her design. The thorax is basically a bug's butt, but in anthropomorphic designs, I like to make them more of a tail. I feel like it not only flows better, but it translates as the same body part. Her fashion sense is supposed to be very cute and fashionable. She gets a short-sleeved dress shirt, a mid-rise skirt, thick clunky shoes, and a cute little beret with a bow. She also has little leaf patterns on her sneakers to add some variety. One interesting thing about Rose's design is that I made her eyes different than how they are normally supposed to look. Rose windmills are supposed to have black eyes, but I made her eyes green with 3 pupils. This not only gives Rose more color in her design, but helps her look more unique. Her wings are simplified versions of the real Rose windmill butterflies. They were designed to not overclutter the design and be easy to replicate. Now that the speed paint is done, let's put the illustration up on screen. Now that we are done with Rose, we can move on to the next roommate, Lucian. Lucian is a firefly, also known as lightning bugs or glowworms in certain areas. Lucian's name means light. I thought this was a perfect name for him, as I wanted to avoid using the more obvious Ray or Raymond. Lucian still portrays his intellectual nature, as I find the name to sound sophisticated. Lucian is a college student studying to become a teacher or professor of some sort. Or maybe he's studying to be an engineer or some other job like that. I'm not sure what I want him to go to school for, but it would either be reading related or something intensive. I do know that he doesn't have a lot of free time as he spends most of his time studying or going to work when he's outside of school. He enjoys slower activities like reading or watching a movie. I think Lucian is a bit boring. He isn't really an exciting or outgoing person. I think he would still be fun to hang out with though. Lucian might not have stories or do anything exciting, but he would still entertain a good conversation. Probably a big movie buff and is a bit of a nerd. He's a genuine and kind person though, and even if he's not around all the time, he still makes the times he is around for better because of it. His biggest aspiration is probably to settle down in a small rural town and start a family, but I can assure you he has never actually lived anywhere considered rural. Which is kind of odd when you think about it, as fireflies are often associated with summer swamps and forests, but the irony is a bit funny to me, so I'm keeping it in there. Lucian is the least developed member of the roommates, but I feel like he still brings a lot to the table through his simple personality. Besides, not every character is made to be complex or deep. Sometimes a simple character can bring out the interesting traits in other characters. Lucian has huge glossy eyes because male fireflies have huge glossy eyes. I think they look goofy and cute, so getting them across in his design while keeping him emotional was an important concept for me to hold on to. I wanted Lucian to have a bit of style, so I put him in a denim jacket, nice dress shoes, and a tasteful graphic tee. He also wears skinny jeans because I feel like they just fit him well. His color palette was inspired by the cool blacks and vibrant reds of fireflies, but I toned his colors down a bit to show how he's a laid-back guy. I really like how Lucian turned out. I feel like everything in the design came together really easily. I love all the bug roomies I'd made, but something about Lucian's design is just so cohesive and satisfying to me. It goes to show how a character design can bring just as much appeal to the table as their personality or role in the group. And with that, Lucian's speed paint is done. As you can see from the title, this is only part 1 of a 2-part video series. The second part will include the other 2 bug roommates, who I will keep a surprise until the next video. And with that out of the way, I'm done for now. Till next time.